Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for coming today and helping us tell the story about the significance of the factory. We are grateful and fortunate to have the support of our university leadership and our Board of Regents and President Martin. In particular, thank you, Mike Hawks, for coming today and being here. He's one of the toughest nose guards we ever had and certainly one of our exceptional leaders at this university. Also, Regent Jim Stapleton was able to join us, which we certainly appreciate his time and effort to be here as well. Our university has supported our investment in this football program and our commitment to providing opportunities for our student athletes to have academic, athletic, and personal success. It is important for everyone to know that we are committed to the success of this football program. We will invest in the building blocks to demonstrate that we believe in our coaching staff and our student athletes. As you know, there are many essential elements to building an exceptional football program. And there's nothing more important, in my opinion, than two critical facts in building the foundation. And that is, number one, the leadership of the program, and number two, the quality of student athletes within the program. And number one, our leader, Coach Creighton, is the essence of a visionary and dynamic leader. He has assembled an unbelievable coaching staff who believe in his vision. They are tremendous teachers of the game, and they are invested in making it happen here at Eastern Michigan. And our student athletes, you know, in particular our three captains who are here today, Lincoln and Pudge and Pat, they are the best of the best. And they are the chosen leaders of this program and this team, and they have held it together like a family. So to me, the foundation is set, and so we begin to build from the ground up, literally. There are only a handful of universities with different colored turf, and we will be the first with gray. This new Revolution FieldTurf, which is 48,340 square feet, is of gray turf. It builds an identity that matches the toughness of this team, and it reveals our commitment to the quality of their experience. To the fans and donors and alumni, you know, the new gray turf is a visual expression of our commitment to the success of this football program, and we want you to be a part of what makes the factory a tough place to play. And to our student athletes, this new gray turf is a visual reminder of all the work that we will do to make your experience here at Eastern Michigan the best ever. In the factory, we will outwork our opponents every day. This new field is an important layer in the foundation of Coach Creighton's vision for the program, so I would like to welcome Coach Creighton up here to share the story of the creation of the factory.
I just want to thank everybody for coming. It doesn't seem like it was too long ago where I was up here. It was a little over 6 months, and it's been an incredible 6 months. It's exciting to get field turf. I mean, if you ask anybody in America to get a new field, that in and of itself is a lot of fun and exciting news. But when you've got an administration that has the courage to do something for the first time, to do something a bit radical, that's when it starts to get deep. When they believe in the vision and the concept and who the guys are and what we want to do, that's when it becomes powerful. And so we really appreciate our administration believing in us and having the courage to do something like this. But so, you know, why gray field turf? I haven't been here long. But I've learned some things about this area and this school and about our football team. And, you know, we weren't setting out to try to name our identity, but just being here and reflecting on the area and the school and our program, it just makes sense. You know, first of all, this region of the state, Southeast Michigan, we all know, it's been well documented, has been through some tough times. You know, there's no question about that. Along with that, though, and however, there's a resiliency and a blue-collar work ethic and just a toughness to this part of the state, which I think should be celebrated. You know, it's a microcosm of our country. We love our country, and our country's been through tough times, but what we celebrate and we talk about is how we always keep fighting. We never give up. We've got toughness. We've got, you know, the heart. And I see that in this part of the state. And other people might be throwing stones at it, but to me, it's something we should be proud of. And then Eastern Michigan. You know, again, I've only been here for a little over 6 months. But this place is filled with people who are paying their way to go to school. This place is filled with people who are working while they're going to school. You know, it's people that haven't had things handed to them. You know, it's people who are saying, I want to get that education. And so there's a resiliency. Again, there's a blue-collar work ethic. It's not people who've been handed to them in an exclusive university with noses in the air. That's just not who we are. And then you start talking about our football team. And I'll tell you, I think the story that hasn't been told is the story of last year and the transition. You know, these guys lost a teammate during the fall. I mean, as tough a time as you can have. They then lost the coaching staff in terms of not working here anymore, which is an incredibly tough time to go through. And then they lost a bunch of games. And so again, it's like, wow, what's going on with Eastern Michigan football? And all this stuff is happening. But to me, the story is, through all of that, through the end of the season, through the winter, through the transition, there's one scholarship football player who transferred. The story is, man, how do these guys hold together and stay together through as tough a time as you can endure? And I think we just began to realize that. It's like, man, these guys, there's a brotherhood, there's a toughness. They didn't just tuck tail and run. They didn't have a mass exodus and turn from here. And then we came in here and started setting new expectations and new standards, and all they've done is meet them. On the field and off the field, and it's been high. Those standards have been high. I'll tell you what, it was probably, I don't know, it was a couple of weeks ago, and Coach McKeefer, our strength coach, who's absolutely the essence of what we're talking about with being tough, has these guys doing 18 110s. And it's after 6 months of training. And OC, one of our captains here, I mean, and these guys are tired. I mean, they're running hard and they're running fast. And they finished the 18th 110, and he looks at Coach Mack, and he's got a little smile on his face, and he says, "Is that all you got?" I mean, he's like baiting him. You know, he's like, "Is that all you got?" You know, and that's where our team's at right now. There's just toughness. And some of you may have heard or seen back in February, Coach Mack's got them warming up in our beautiful facility, the indoor facility, nice and toasty warm in there. Right? There's 6 inches of snow outside. We're warming up. We're about to go through our workout. And Coach McKeefer starts saying, "Hey, when I was playing, we'd have gone outside." You know, he starts ribbing them. And it probably took 2 seconds. And these guys start saying, "We'll go outside." So we said, "Okay, let's go." And while they were stretching, we had the field set up because we knew they would accept the challenge. And we did the entire workout in 6 inches of snow. And it wasn't the fact that we did the workout in 6 inches of snow. It was their attitude and their effort and how they just embraced it. And after a few snowballs, you know, I mean, we got after it. And we just killed the workout. And throughout the workout, I mean, what we just kept saying was, we will play anyone. We'll play anytime. And we'll play anywhere. We'll play in a parking lot. You know, we're ready. We'll bring it on. And so they kind of stuck. And so when we were going to get this new field, which we're so blessed that, again, the university is going to be doing a new field for us, you know, we thought about it at length, and we said, hey, why not make it gray? Why not make it like a parking lot? You know, we said we'd go play on one, you know, and that's our growing identity. It's who these guys are. It's who we are. And we want to embrace that and celebrate it, and at the same time, continue to reinforce it and to become it. And so he said, man, let's make that a parking lot. And here we are in Ypsilanti, and here we are in Southeast Michigan. And as we're getting to know this place and the people and the blue collar and the work ethic and whatnot, and it's the, one of the manufacturing capitals of the country and whatnot, we're like, man, let's make this the factory in Rynearson Stadium. These guys come to work. They bring it when they come. And let's build things. And you know what? Let's build champions. Let's build impact men. Let's do it the right way. And so we just got real excited about it. I know our team is who we say we are. And we're talking about being E-tough. And I'll just say that real quickly, that when we say, are you tough? And people say yes, we're going to say, are you E-tough? Or are you Eastern Michigan tough? And what is that? And we put some time into thinking about what that is for us. And so that we've made it an acronym, and the T in tough is to put the team first. In sports, in team sports, one of the most difficult things to do is to put others before yourself. A lot of people will break on team or break on family, but it's when you're having to put somebody else in front of you as a starter, or you're not making the trip, you didn't make the travel squad. I don't know if there's anything tougher to do in sports, but a tough football player, a tough team is built on principles where the team comes first. The O is obsessed with getting better. When you start thinking about a tough athlete, a tough football player, a tough team, it's guys who never settle. You're never satisfied. No matter how good things are going, you want to get better. And we've seen that with our football team. Man, in the winter, we set a goal of setting 400 personal records with our football team in the winter months, and which we thought was a really high standard. It averaged about 5 personal records, all-time personal records, out of 7 different categories. And they smashed it with 449. It's because every day they didn't just show up, but they brought that attitude and that effort that they were going to get better. Then the U in toughness or in tough is unwavering versus adversity. Okay, and there's life adversity and there's football adversity, and our football program has experienced both. And unwavering doesn't mean that you don't mourn. Let's not kid ourselves. Okay, we're not saying you're only tough if you don't get rocked when you experience real adversity. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that as a football program, when adversity comes our way, that we are going to positively respond. We're not going to allow anything to bow our heads, to shrink our shoulders, and to go sit and mope. We're going to be unwavering, because in football and in life, it's not a matter of if, it's when. We all know that. And so we're going to embrace it, and we're going to get better because of it. The G is great effort. Again, when you think of a tough football player and a tough team, there's great effort. It just never stops. You're running onto the field. You're running off the field. You're there on time, and you're early at the 6 a.m.s in the winter. And you just never quit. You just go. You have great effort. That's what toughness is. Because everybody at some point gets tired. Everybody at some point, it's just you get to that breaking point, and that great effort makes you push through that. And that's what I think of when I think of a tough football player and a tough program. And then H, and I think this just wraps it all up, is heart. We've got talent. But talent's not enough. You better have heart. You better have heart. You better be able to dig down deep, no matter what's going on. That goes for each individual, and that goes for us as a program. And we've got it. I've seen it. We've been with these guys virtually every day for the last 6 months. And I'll tell you what, you can talk about what's happened. You can talk about the recent records and whatnot. That's not the story, and that's not who we are. These guys are full of heart, and I can't wait for that to be on display here this fall. So that's what E-tough means to us, and that's one of the reasons why we're going to have a great field, and that's one of the reasons why we're calling it the Factory at Rynearson Stadium. So thanks so much for coming. We're excited about it. I think the construction's going to begin soon here, and when we kick off on August 30th, we're going to be playing on great FieldTurf. Thanks so much.